Hey there, Dr. Dave here with USU Extension. Today's Tuesday 2-minute tip is all about learning to keep our cool when things heat up. Okay, literally, like at least here in Utah, we are in this, it's a lot of heat and it gets hot in the summertime, while other friends right around the country are suffering with floods and all kinds of stuff that's happening. So when there's a lot of stuff that's happening outside, whether it's the weather and the environment and the stuff that's happening out there, sometimes we can get a little bit more irritable. For example, right, the heat. I just don't like the heat. I have to have things air conditioned because the heat alone makes me a little bit more irritable. And so learning to slow down and recognize, okay, you know, I'm hungry, maybe I'm hot, maybe I'm lonely or tired or anything else, all this other stuff, this context that brings in and makes us a little bit more irritable. And remember that irritation is an invitation for compassion and appreciation and learning to see things from another person's perspective. So when things heat up, it's like outside, and we get a little bit, you know, our kids are getting whiny and they're complaining and I'm bored and I'm tired, learning to say, okay, making sure that I'm taking care of me. Am I in a good spot right now? And, you know, healthy, the diet, exercise, movement, sleep is a huge thing. And so learning to be able to, okay, slow down, see things from a different perspective, because what that does is it brings on appreciation and compassion and understanding and taking a step back and not just succumbing to the elements and all this stuff that's happening. And so really the key and the tip for today is learning to make sure that we're in a good place ourselves. And then learning to, you know, sometimes letting things go, because sometimes, yeah, the video games in certain quantities are okay, or letting them be bored for a minute are okay, or learning to go outside or to, you know, do those things, because sometimes we think, I get my kids, you know, working and reading and doing all these things, and yeah, I think that's okay, and routines are good. If they can get it done and get those things accomplished, then let them go out and do and have some free time. And then for ourselves, making sure that we're okay, that we are able to, all right, take our temperature emotionally, right, when things heat up and say, okay, I feel like I'm tilting toward more the reaction rather than the responsive parent. And so maybe I need to take a time out and chill out, right? Maybe it is go get your favorite drink or something, have a little bit of me time, and learning to calm down, see things again from a different perspective. It brings compassion and understanding. So when things heat up, learn to slow down and not react, but to respond, right? First responder rather than a nuclear reactor. So hopefully this summertime you're able to do some fun, enjoyable things, but when things don't go your way, take a breath and say, hey, you know what? It's okay. It's not the end of the world. And, you know, there's always another day. So I'm Dr. Dave with Utah State, sharing tips to make life great.